What if everything you've ever seen, felt, or believed isn't real? Not your memories, not your friends, not even your own body. What if you're just part of a computer program? A line of code in a hyper-advanced simulation? It sounds like science fiction, but some of the world's most brilliant minds, physicists, philosophers, and tech leaders, take this theory very seriously. So today we ask the question, are we living in a simulation? And more importantly, if we are, how would we ever know? Let's rewind to 2003. Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom publishes a paper titled, Are You Living in a Computer Simulation? In it, he makes a bold claim. If a future civilization becomes technologically advanced enough, it will be able to simulate conscious beings with memories, emotions, and self-awareness. And if that's possible, then it's highly likely that we are already inside one of those simulations, because the number of simulated beings would vastly outnumber the number of real beings. Imagine it this way. If one advanced civilization could run millions of these simulations, statistically, it's more likely you're in a simulation than in the base reality. This idea isn't just philosophical, it's rooted in logic and probability, and it raised a terrifying question. How do we know what's real? Here's where things get even stranger. In recent decades, physicists have discovered something odd about our universe. Some researchers claim that the laws of physics, particularly quantum mechanics, resemble computer code. In fact, theoretical physicist James Gates claimed to have found what looked like error-correcting code embedded in the equations of string theory. Yes, literal code, like the kind we use in browsers and apps. Then there's the pixel theory, the idea that space and time aren't infinitely smooth, but instead quantized. That reality might be made of the smallest possible units, like pixels on a screen. If that's true, it implies a computational limit, like a video game engine rendering only what the player sees. And what about the speed of light? It's the universe's hard limit. Nothing can move faster than it. Just like the frame rate cap in a simulation, all of these could be hints, glitches, suggesting that our reality is rendered, not absolute. Now let's talk about déjà vu. Ever felt like something has already happened, even though it hasn't? Some scientists and thinkers believe déjà vu might be a memory echo, or worse, a glitch in the simulation. Of course, not everyone agrees with simulation theory. Many scientists argue that it's unfalsifiable, meaning we can't prove or disprove it. If a simulation is perfect, we wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So how can we ever know? But here's where the debate gets even more intense. Some thinkers, like Elon Musk, say the odds are billions to 1 that we're in base reality. Why? Because video games and simulations are improving exponentially. In the 1970s, we had Pong. Today we have photorealistic VR and AI-powered environments. In just 50 years. Project this 10,000 years into the future, and we could have full consciousness simulations. Maybe we already do. And if one civilization has that power, they might simulate everything, their past, their ancestors, even alternate versions of their own reality, which brings us to a chilling possibility. What if this simulation isn't just for fun? What if it's an experiment? Or worse, a prison? So what would this mean for your life? If everything around you, your memories, your experiences, your thoughts, were programmed, would it change how you live? Some would argue it makes life meaningless. If we're not real, what's the point? But others argue the opposite. Because meaning isn't about where you came from. It's about how you live now. Even if we're simulations, our emotions feel real. Our connections feel real. Pain feels real. Joy feels real. And if we are in a simulation, maybe that's proof of something even bigger. That consciousness can exist beyond biology, that we're more than just carbon and water, that we can transcend matter, even if that matter is digital. Some even believe that escaping the simulation is possible, through spiritual awakening, scientific breakthroughs, or mastering the rules of the simulation itself, just like Neo in the Matrix. So whether you believe it or not, simulation theory challenges you to question everything you think is real, and to take ownership of your own reality. Maybe the point of life isn't to figure out whether it's real. Maybe the point is to live it as if it is. To find meaning. To create beauty. To grow, to learn, to love, even if someone somewhere is watching. Because here's the truth. If we are in a simulation, it's the only one we've got. So make it count! Follow for more hidden truths they never taught you in school.